All right, welcome back to JD's playoff preview. I've ditched Uncle Tab for these YouTube shorts where I'm going to walk you through the first round series of the NHL Playoffs. And this edition is going to go ahead and break down the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Islanders. First off, in the background. Welcome back home, Pittsburgh. I say home because Pittsburgh is always in the playoffs. Welcome back to the Islanders and their beauty fans, who I hope bring the level of vitriol that they brought for the Johnny Pajamas return to Nassau. While the Penguins have been playoff mainstays, the Islanders are a big-time team surprise, earning Barry Trotz some well-deserved Jack Adams love. Let's move on to the Penguins here. The Penguins' key is going to be to capitalize on their power play chances. They're going to need to be absolutely clinical when given the opportunities. And in order to do this, they're going to need to beat the neutral zone trap of the Islanders, which, as we know from watching any Trotz team over the past 10 years, is a very difficult thing to do. It's going to be a matter of getting pucks all the way deep and being relentless on your forecheck. This team's really going to need to be able to capitalize on his power play chances because the secondary scoring for this team has not materialized like people would have hoped. Speaking of secondary scoring, that leads me perfectly into the X factor for the Penguins. I once got great advice. Keep it simple, stupid. So we'll keep this one nice and easy and simple. Evgeny Malkin is the X factor for the Penguins. Malkin needs to show up, and he needs to put the biscuit in the basket. Simple as that. He needs goals. He needs to score. He needs to be a difference maker in this series. Now, moving on to the Penguins MVP. If I just kept the last one simple, I'm going to keep this one simple too. No reason to overthink this. Crosby, arguably the game's best player, needs to be the game's best player for the Penguins. And going forward, if the Penguins want the ultimate success they view as necessary for them, he's going to need to be the best player in this entire NHL playoffs. It's as simple as that. Systems or no systems, Crosby needs to be a game breaker. The Islanders' key. Now, I couldn't imagine a more differentiated look at two teams than a team filled with star power and a team with little to no star power that relies on its system and to be a well-coached team. That's the Islanders. They need to be effective with their neutral zone trap, but they also need to turn that into instant offense. Be lethal in your odd man rushes and frustrate the hell out of a more talented team. The Islanders are a team that has lived punching above its weight class, and they will need to continue doing that. This team, like all Trotz teams, puts their goalies in absolutely the best place to succeed, and that's why you see such high numbers on these goaltenders for their statistics. The Islanders' X Factor. That's going to be their captain, Anders Lee. Number 27 is a big physical winger who makes his living in front of the net and below the goal line. The Islanders will need him creating goal chances and lots of havoc in the Penguins' defensive zone with his forecheck and front net presence. The Islanders' MVP. This is another easy choice. It's got to be Matthew Barzal. The Islanders are a well-coached team. Their trapping and defensive system will make it tough for any team to score against them. But the question is whether they can score enough themselves. The Islanders will need Barzal to be the answer to that question. Moving on to the back check, I'm really interested to see how Nick Bjugstad develops as a player for the Penguins. I thought he would be a great difference maker in terms of a deadline acquisition, but that necessarily hasn't materialized itself yet. With the slate wiping clean in this new season, it's time for him to step up. If the Penguins want to win this series, they're going to need contributions from lower down in their lineup. Otherwise, the Islanders will continue to frustrate their top guys and find ways to squeak out wins like they've been doing all season, like Barry Trotz has been doing his whole career.